Can I convince you to build Drogan? Drogan has a unique passive ability that allows him to explode and deal 33% of his max HP to the attacker that kills him. For this reason, you want to build him with as much HP as possible to get the most out of his passive. He is also an attack type unit for some reason, so I will show you another way you can build him later in the video. And as you can see, people are not using this unit, but by the end of this video, I expect that you guys will change that.
Do it! Just do it! So just do it!
But before we continue with the video, I have a confession to make. I started playing Raid Shadow Legends again. A lot of people think this game is a waste of time, but if you give me 60 seconds, I will quickly convince you why it is still worth a download. Raid is available for Android, iOS, and PC, and you can download and try the game for free using my link or scan the QR code and receive amazing heroes. Some common misconceptions about Raid is that it is a time grinder and pay to win. Raid can be very time consuming, but this could be said for practically anything you do with your time. However, Raid has an auto battle feature, and it's a mobile game which allows you to play it on the go or while doing other things like washing the dishes. For the people who call this game pay to win, I'm not gonna lie, like any game, putting money into it will help you progress faster, but Raid has a lot of in-game players who are completely free to play. Even if you look at Raid's top content creators, they all have free-to-play channels which are ridiculously strong. And the biggest misconception of all is that Raid has no depth or strategy. Raid has so much depth that you can literally play it for years and never end up bored. With over 800 heroes, PvE, PvP, CVC, so many artifacts and clan bosses, there's always something to do. I mean, it really is a world you can easily immerse yourself in, and it's super challenging and requires your full concentration at the same time. Also, please take into account Raid has made a huge leap in content in 2023, with Cursed City being just one example. There is a ton of endgame content, and trust me, this will be your new pastime. Raid are also celebrating their 5th anniversary, and they went crazy with the amount of free giveaways for new players. Use my link in the description or scan the QR code to receive bonuses worth up to $100 that includes amazing goodies and the epic champion Terrell. And when reaching level 25, some more amazing rewards for free. And start summoning powerful champions as soon as you start the game. Once you're in and crushing your enemies, come find me under the name Slickhead, join my clan, and we'll be legends together. Now let's get back to the video. I will show different ways to make the most out of his passive. If you can get enough HP on Drogan, you can use him to tank and counter squishy damage dealers. As you can see, he is dealing almost 15,000 damage on death. That's not bad, but let's take it a step further by adding a 50% HP leader skill. The Dark Dockerby Lord can also apply branding to increase the damage even further. This amount of damage will kill most squishy damage dealers. However, you can't target who this damage will go on, so I suggest using an IOE brander for that reason. Or you can use the Dark Stringmaster so you don't have to worry about landing any debuffs. The damage is about the same as branding, but if Drogan dies by a unit with branding, and while the Stringmaster's 3rd skill is active, this will create the highest possible damage you can get from his passive. I'm not going to show this with the branding so that you can discover the maximum damage for yourself. Those teams were great for increasing his damage. However, it's much safer and more practical to use a team like this. Since Drogan is the only dark unit on this team, light units will focus him first. You then want to revive him and reset his skills right after he's revived so that his passive can activate again. The best reviver you can pair with Drogan is the Light Pixie. She has a skill that can revive and reset the monster's skill. I then like to pair them with Gapsu for the leader skill and the branding. But you can really use whoever in this position depending on what defense you are attacking. If you want to make sure Drogan is getting focused, then you can replace Gapsu with another skill reset so that you can reset the Light Pixie after she uses her revive. This clip will show you exactly what I mean. I also tried taking this a step further by including the Wind Shadowcaster's second skill, but unfortunately, it doesn't apply with Drogan's passive for some reason, but I hope you can see now how you can actually utilize Drogan in PvP. You can also create a defense like this that might be able to get you some wins. If you have a good defense suggestion that includes Drogan with what you are learning, please drop the team idea in the comments. Now, what doesn't make sense about Drogan is that he is an attack type unit even though his third skill scales off of HP. For this reason, I put him on a Rage Blade set before testing his damage of his first and second skills. You can use him as an AoE damage dealer, or you can use him to go after your Galleon as a backup defense breaker that can also deal good damage. I don't really recommend using him like this. However, if you don't have a Galleon, he can fill his role if you give him speed and accuracy instead of the extra damage. Here is a team you can build to make this work without Tiana. Wind Brownie Magician can strip into attack buff, and then you can reset the enemy's attack bar. Then your Drogan can defense break, which has a pretty good chance to land because he is element neutral. Then your Nuka can finish off the rest of the team. I'm also aware that these defenses aren't great, but it's just the concept that I'm trying to showcase here. I also built a team around Drogan for a TA until I realized something. It's currently Special League and I completely forgot the rules don't allow you to pick light or dark units. So after raging out for a minute, I remembered you can still battle random friends or people in the chat without any rules. So I invited my fiancée so we could test this team out that I had built. Headers will say this isn't a real Atia scenario, but it's the best I could do given the circumstances, and I still think this showcases the potential of Drogan and the unique teams you can create around him. If you're still not convinced, then make sure to stay until the end of this video because I have a couple more things to show you. Oh hey, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you're still not convinced. Let me change that real quick. There is a good chance that the Infernos will get the next 2A. And if they do, you will want a head start by having Drogan already built. But in my opinion, he doesn't even need a 2A because of the magic he already does.
Don't forget to download Raid using my link and QR code. If you don't, then I will.
It's hard being a slick head. But it's real being a slick head.